guys, Rihanna and
Aspen.
we are here to do a quick little video for you guys to chat a little bit about placements. We're excited to have everybody back in the gym and getting to work again right away. A couple of things that we wanted to go over with you guys. Your next step, now that you've seen the results, is you're gonna go and book in for your welcome week time. So next week, starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have time slots available for you guys to book and come in and get your practice shirts, get added to your new band pages, do all the paperwork for next season, select your class packages if you're gonna do class or semis, get sized for practice wear, and all sorts of other things. So you're gonna wanna make sure you book in for those and book in for that early because we only have basically enough spots for everybody that's registered right now. So don't wait on doing that. Then we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what is coming up in the month of June and what you can expect with that.
So in the month of June, all of our elite teams, you guys are going to be having once a week practices. Those will be on your band page, and we will let you know next week as well when those will be and the times. And then with that, we will have the potential to be moving kids between teams depending on the needs for that team specifically. And going off of placements this week, we had our tryouts and we looked at everything, anywhere from a lot of stunting, we did some tumbling, checking out everyone's technique. We also watched every athlete's work ethic and how they are working with other athletes and if they're being encouraging or if they're not so much on that end. So that's what we can look forward to for June.
Yeah. So one of the things that we wanted to provide some clarity and education on too is how we ended up doing making placements and stuff and creating our teams and stuff like that too. There's been a lot of information that we've shared on our Facebook page, and you can also see in a link just below this video, there's a link to our YouTube channel that has some videos in there of some demonstrations on what the expectation in terms of tumbling skills for each particular level. So that you have a reference point for that. As parents, I know I'm a parent with a kid in this sport and multiple other sports too, and we all want our kids to have opportunities to excel in the particular sports that they're in, and have the opportunity to potentially level up if they can, and if they're ready to. And so I was chatting with Aspen, and I said, you know, as a parent, I always encourage my kids to try out, but I also understand that not every kid is going to make a team that they try out for, and there's lots of opportunity for learning as well for that. But I think that parents need to be educated on how these decisions are made so that when your kid doesn't necessarily make those teams, you can try help them through that process. And so one of the things that sometimes is misunderstood is that your tumbling level, and a little bit because in the past that's been a big indicator on whether or not kids move up a level. Your tumbling level doesn't necessarily dictate what the best placement is going to be for you. So if we have kids that, I'll talk about my son because I can talk about my son. So Ben can do round of handspring through to full. So he's got level 5 skills. This year, actually, he's gonna be bumped down from level 4 onto a level 3 team because of the age grid. In 2 years ago, he had level 4 skills in terms of tumbling. However, we felt the best fit for him for stunting was actually on a level 2 team. And I will tell you right now that that placement for him crushed him. When he found that out, he was ready to quit the sport. And so it's tough as a parent when you have that kid that has these really big goals and they have some of the skills that are required for a particular level, but they've been placed on a level that they'd rather not be on, right? But in the end, that was really the best thing for him, for his development as an athlete in terms of stunting. Our sport has changed so much over the last number of years that there's so much more emphasis and stuff on stunting than there is on tumbling. So if you have those kids that you're like, oh man, yeah, but my kid has a round of handspring and a really great round of handspring, why weren't they placed on that level 2 team? Well, it has, like Aspen said, it plays a lot into where are they at in their stunting, maturity, work ethic, all those things, and also team needs, right? We might have a team that has an overabundance of flyers. And if we take all of the flyers that have those skills, not everybody's going to fly. So then we have to put them on a team where there's some more needs for that within that. So yeah.
Yeah, I can also kind of reflect on that too. I know it happened to me personally as an athlete a few years ago. I had been on consistently a level 3 athlete for about 3 years, and then I had some issues with my tumbling, and our coaches felt the best way for me to keep growing in the sport and to gain my confidence back without stressing about it was to bump me down to that level 2 team. And in the moment, I wasn't super happy, but I worked around it and learned to see what the coaches were seeing and trust them, that I wouldn't have changed that. Looking back at it now, I think that that definitely was the best route of growth.
Yeah. So guys, totally get it. I know that some of you guys that are watching, you have kids that are doing happy dances and they're super excited for this upcoming season. And some of you might have kids that are a little disappointed. Just know that we totally get it. But also know that we're, again, making decisions that we feel are best for all of your athletes in their growth. One thing I love about sport is that it is an opportunity to learn some really great life skills, and I think that every kid should go through, again, a tryout process and have the highs and the lows of a tryout process and learn from that as well. And then if any of you guys have any questions about your kids' placements, send it in, but send it in on Monday. Take the weekend to reflect on things, work through things with your kids, celebrate or have some conversations with them, and then send it to Aspen. Your email is
cheer@premieracademy.ca.
And she'll get back to you on Tuesday. So I'll tell you right now, if you send an email, she is not replying until Tuesday. We're going to take the weekend. Everybody's going to enjoy the long weekend, and then we'll be back in the gym and see everybody again next week. Book in for your welcome week times. So thanks everybody. Have a great long weekend.